Hey everyone. No. Hello everybody, my name is Airstrike83. Thank you for stopping by my channel of my first video of Men of War. Thank you. I've been working on a map that's as an editing a map into a something interesting to say, interesting to see. Anyways, so this game I'm playing is Men of War 2 Assault Squad 2, and or Men of War Assault Squad 2, and I discovered a mod that's called Army Men. You know, the childhood days of plastic army men, building, had the enemy, you know, building camps, forts, and such. All fun stuff. Well now I can, and anyone can, play them in Men of War. So this video is a map that I've been working on for a couple of days, and I turned it into my it became my playground. So it's like a a lot of fun. So before I get into the video, I want to say thank you once again for stopping by. And I would like to say is that the map that I used is called in the game it's in the campaign of the USA called the Philippines, and I turned it into a army men base. So I had a lot of fun making this, and I hope you enjoy this as well. Let me know. You give me a like, or give me a, tell me what you like about. Make a comment of if it's cool or not. Anyways, I'm gonna get into the video, or click over to the game, and we'll start. Hi everybody, this is Men of War 2, and I created a map into it. Oh, let me get out of this. Let me get into this. There we go. Alright, so the reason why I'm looking in this direction, because this is the only spot that's blank. Behind me, it's what's gonna really matter. Alright, so I discovered this mod a while ago, a couple days, sometime last week, and I made this map, and well, not made the map, but I transformed this map into a Green Army base. So no further ado, let's check it out. Turn around and what? Oh, wait a minute. Wrong place. Alright, so I'm gonna start over here. Men, these are the guys that are marching, but we'll get over here. We'll get to that soon. Let's jump all the way over here. This is where I started. The airfield. Yes. How do you like it? It took me a long time. Let me get a good view. Let me get into a good angle here. That's a good angle right there. So you see just about the majority of the airfield. Alright, so you see this? I created this. This is what I'm talking about. So, as you see here, this is the map of the Philippines in the USA campaign against the Japanese. This entire map is turned into a green army base. It has several camps, but I wanted to show you where I started and how much of a struggle I had doing this, because this is also the first video that I've ever made of Men of War, and also the first time I've ever used the editor. So it took me a lot of learning curve. I learned a lot. So in the future, I'll be making more videos involving turning maps into bases, or you know, not just bases, but you know, like scenes or cool ideas. So I got two. So when I first started, I placed a lot of vehicles down first, so I have a bearing to where I want things. So how cool does that look, huh? So anyways, I got two airplane, two aircraft. I think those are Mustangs, or they might be, no, not Spitfires, but those are aircraft. And yeah, there are some things different with the map. I ended up removing some things to go with what I want, and such as one of these bunkers up here. There used to be one over here where these two tents are at, and I ended up accidentally deleting the barracks, but good thing, because it got me to place these down. And the reason why they have the tops open, so I can be able to show you what's inside them. This one's the most interesting one. This is a officer's tent, and the base commander, or the camp in charge, the guy in charge. There's the guy right there. There's the guy at the radio. He's next to the radio stand, and then the medic. This one is another, maybe like the officers' barracks and such, but I have nobody in them. Now I got some boxes right there. See, I got some guys along these barracks. You got these guys right there chatting along. Got guys over here, kind of doing a guard post, but also chatting around. I got some extra vehicles behind here, and I got some fuel trucks, planes. I got a tank on reserve. It is manned, but there's nobody at it. It's manned, but it's just parked right there. So here's the base line, the trench line. And look at these guys. I placed them pretty neatly. I made sure they spaced out. Also, I managed to place down some MGs down, machine guns, 30 caliber and another 30 caliber. Pretty cool. I added this water tower right here, and I added a radio tower over here. I got these watchtowers, and there's nobody in them. I kind of want to put somebody in them, but I think you need a ladder for those, for guys to get up there. But right now they're just for show. And I got a anti-aircraft gun over here. Figured this would be a good spot for it. And there's another one at the end of the airfield over here. Figured it'd be another good spot. Now, what you see here, I got some random. I try to make this map and all these locations lifelike. So I got like Roman patrols, scoping around the airstrip, and then I got the squads patrolling with the radio man. You can see I try to space out. There's certain different types of soldiers, and I got guard posts, like the entries of these. The entries of the airfield. It's not heavily guarded, but there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of stuff an enemy will have to go through. Anyways, these guys are here. I'm moving along down this road. That I got another guard post right here with a guy right here, and I got another squad of soldiers coming back from a random patrol. I got an MG nest right here, right behind another gate with a 3-man gate. Well, like 5-man, including those 2 in the back. And these trucks are just leaving the airbase. And right here is a 2 MG nests with a 50 caliber and a 30 caliber. Pretty neat. I got riflemen next to them and such. And these trucks are full of guys, but all 3 of them. You can see that they are also got their backpacks. Radios, a radio. Yeah, pretty neat. I really like this. Now this is, like I said, this is the start of this video, or when I started. This is the start of when I started. Let me get back to that. Let me rephrase that. Let me start over. So this spot is the first spot I worked on making this map. I got roaming between, I got vehicles moving out. I got guard posts. I got gates. I got random. I got these wooden crates right there. Thought I could do some pallets right there. Yeah, I got a table with nothing on it at the time. But anyways, excuse me. I got these random ammo boxes right here. I mean, I made details, but I could have done more, but I really kind of wanted to get it done. I got a mailbox. So yeah. So this is, like I said, this entire map is filled. So since now let me get a good last look at the airfield. How cool is that? Yeah, that's what I like. All right, let's head on to the next part. Now, the reason why, because I'm gonna go this way because it's part of the airfield still, and I got another guard post. This time, it's guarding a borderline. It's protecting the border of this area, because this road leading out is it's heading towards another territory. Now, as of right now, that in this direction, from this road leading out, it does attach to another green territory. But the enemy can pop out at any place at any time. So they got the green got to make sure their borders are at least guarded, or someone watching these crossroads and borders. You just never know. You got a guy with the radio, got rifleman, bazooka just in case, an M60, a 50 caliber Jeep with two guys in them. Let's move. That's it's pretty neat, huh? All right, let's move along. Now this is the start of a convoy. This convoy is two two parts, two separate parts, but they're kind of broken up into, like I said, two parts. So this is the beginning of a convoy. I kind of think, I don't know what direction to go to. Maybe they're going this way, heading to a different direction. But this is the start of the convoy, and there's another heavy troop transport, another troop transport. The Green Army's got a ton of soldiers, so you're gonna see a lot of troop transports. I mean, the Greens want to be able to move their army everywhere they want to, so they you can see a lot of troop carriers. As I move down the line, got another Jeep over here. Got a small truck, a squad full of guys. Yes, this is the first tail end of the convoy. And another crossroad. These guys are also guarding another crossroad between going in and out. It's got a Jeep, got a truck and Jeep, and a radio guy in the seat. That would be pretty cool. And as we move down to the road here, now it gets a little more interesting. These guys are this truck and this small little truck and this troop truck are parked here because these guys needed to be put. These guys need a ride getting their position right here. This is probably the only spot that's not well, cover and such. So these guys dropped those guys off. That's why they stopped, and now they're just kind of talking among themselves. This is also Cam pulling a gun, which is kind of cool. Just keep moving down the road, huh? Now there will be some areas where it's kind of blank, but that's okay. And here's another Roman patrol coming from over here. Let's keep moving down the road. Go to the left. And here comes. Actually, let's go over here. Actually, let's go way over here because this is the mother lode. All right, so this is the main base. Okay, this is the tail end of the second convoy, which is also attached to the other one on the other side. These vehicles over here are extras, so they place them over here. Especially, they're very heavy in half tracks. Here, scroll up a little further to the base itself. They got a trench line, sandbags, tanks, artillery placements. Yeah, this place is pretty active. Got the officers' quarters. With the radio man, a captain. Now this guy here, the guy with the tie, is the officer of this establishment. Yep, and he's a different guy. I mean, like, he's not from the Armament set. He's actually a guy that's in the game that you can color them. So that was kind of neat. So I managed to change their color to the proper color. Now, I know that they're not exactly the same type of green like the other guys are. but I had a hard time really getting to the right tone of the green. But you know, green, they're all the same, right? Might be different, but it works. So if I scroll out, get a good base view right here. See the convoy moving out. Got guys hanging around the tent. Another radio man, guard posts, a radio that's, you know, someone decided to put there. More guards, artillery pieces, tanks, more guard posts and such. Trenches, more trenches. I got Shermans and Chaffies. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I got lots of riflemen on these trenches. And over here, more MGs down. A 30 caliber and a 50. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I made some changes. Like, if there was an object in the game that I didn't like, or I wanted to kind of make a change, you know, that's what I did. So, let's continue down the road. But let's follow the convoy in slow, huh? I try to slow it down here. It's kind of nope. So, as you see, the last vehicle is a tank. You got more troop carriers, lots of them. They're fully manded, plastic manded. Anyways, got half tracks, jeeps, trucks, another half track pulling another gun, and doing you know, hauling a lot of equipment, a lot of guys to the front line or wherever they're going. I don't know. I don't know at this point. Let's continue down the road to the next camp, because the next one is where I started really making things differently. And just before we hit to the next camp, you'll see some really interesting live-like you know, base. The base looks like it's alive, you know what I mean? It doesn't look like things are just placed into one spot. I mean, they're stationary now, but you can tell that they're trying to make their way somewhere. This trail of a heavy platoon or heavy squad, you know, 2 squads, or maybe a platoon size army men are heading towards this direction into a trench line defense. I don't know. You just never know, man. You know what I'm saying? You just never know when the enemy's gonna come around. More MG nests. Now this one I did want to place these down, but I want to do something different with them, because I can't get them to stand on these MG nests. They have to, you know, they make the soldier go prone. So here, I made one perfectly for a prone position, where I got these sandbags right in front of them. That'd be really great, especially if it's looking down the road. Yes, the Green Army has a lot of guys, so they got pretty much all their positions covered. A lot of MGs on this right here. Got a support by a mortar team and a tank. As we move down the road over here, it comes into another camp, which is very interesting. This entire area over here, where you see these camo nets, It used to be a bunch of bushes and trees. And I really needed, it looked, this location looks really neat for like more equipment and placements and such. I got another random patrol coming from the main base. Now over here, let's take a closer look at this heavy artillery battery or camp. It's got 4 active cannons pointing in opposite directions. These over here are not, they're reserved. They're just hiding. They hide up in the bushes. You see guys that are watching guards manning their posts. I got a another commander location or another command post at this place where the the radios will come in. This is where the where people can this is where the camp organized comes from, where they call and ask where the strikes are happening. And over here is another camp over here. This is a light infantry and heavy or light and a heavy light infantry and heavy tank or medium-sized vehicle depot. It's in the middle of the entire map, so it's quite secure. They got light personnel at these defense positions, defending the location, and another base camp command officer with planners and the radio man. Now you see these guys right here, the lighter greens. These guys are actually, they're the same green, but they're they take up different, they have different territories. They're almost like the National Guard or the reserves of the Green Army, and they're here to see what they need. The reserves are here to see what's needed. And over here is a medical tent filled with beds and 2 beds and another radio, a radio man, and several medics. Got half tracks, trucks. Now this plot, I think this spot is very heavy and very heavy in jeeps and 4 tanks. Just never know, man. But anyways, I'm satisfied. Let's move over here. There's more trenches over here. Same as all the way around. I'm just gonna go through this pretty quickly. And you see another mortar team. Then another defense over here. Big large trench defense with another anti-aircraft gun. Got a random tank patrol by itself. As you scroll down this way, I think around over here. Nope, not over here. I think over here there's a jeep patrol, random jeep patrol happening. Oh, you know what? This is the most empty spot in the entire map. Let's head over here. Sorry. Whoop. Where am I going? Alright, so back over here. I mean, I still got a lot to show you because I'm excited and I like what I did here. I hope you do too. Another random patrol heading over to the positions over here. I got Oh, not this spot. Wait a minute. Over here, back at the main base, I got a waterfall. There's a little waterfall happening over here. I got two guys scoping it out. Yeah, taking it easy. And across the river, or across this lake, there's another heavy squad patrol. These Greens gonna make sure that they're almost every bit of their territory is guarded by them, since they have so many personnel. Just head over here. Now, I want to know what I want to show you next. Alright, let's keep the video going. And, oh yeah, over here. So this is one of those random patrols over here with the Jeep. Alright, so sorry about that. So if we head over here, there's a lot of activity. Now these are cool locations, but I really want to show you the real cool thing about this place. Okay? Because when I made these, the spots that I just showed you, it didn't have much of a story in mind. But as I go along, I finally got something going on into the map that made it more interesting. Now, if you played Men of War, especially on the map of the Philippines, you will know that there's a train tracks over here, and I used it in my I took advantage of this location. As you see here, you see a green train. This is the end of the train. Now you see a bunch of guys out, and you're like, why? Why are these guys out, right? Because they're out of their troop carrier train, or there's two cars. Two first cars are personnel, like soldiers to be in. The next two are like probably ammo and then supplies. The next car is like guards of the train, with carrying more heavy machinery, like these two guns, a Boffer and an artillery piece. Now there is something going on up ahead. Do you see it? Maybe not. Let's go check it out. Why? It looks kind of weird, right? Alright, before I show you, because it's gonna be probably the most interesting part of this entire map. And then I will show you there's like two other locations and other cool things that are happening on this map. But this is like almost like neat to look at. So if you know this map, you know that at the end there's a the tracks are destroyed. So I made an active train to be destroyed. Look at this. Look at this disaster. Look at this. Who did this? So you can see in this part of this scene is that this is when I started to learn how to use the editor well, especially with the learning how to tilt things, the button keys. So I really wanted to make a train wreck scene. This was blank. There was nothing here. Even in I don't know, maybe there was a train that was in the river or in the stream, but I created my own train wreck which was carrying, you know, lots of personnel and vehicles. These vehicles are a lot of tanks were on the first two cars, so they got tossed over and damaged. There are three that that got destroyed because an explosion happened. This is kind of like sunk into the river, the stream. This one was kind of like thrown over, and it hit the ground, and it kind of, you know, it's like kind of like dived into the ground. These these spots are kind of were actually like you know, holes like that. See right here? It kind of looked like a mortar hit it, or an artillery piece, a hole that a mortar created. So I kind of used that as a way to that the tank kind of created that crater. Also, this is the first time that I've used corpses in this scene. As you see, they are green soldiers. They're all scattered all over the place. There's some actually, see right here, there's a green, what is it, fuel or blood. There's been burnt plastic all over. And look at the locomotive. It hit the, so as, excuse me. So what happened here is that when the train, see, this was completed, and then it blew up. But from who? We will find out. Anyways, so when the train went over, the locomotive went to the left. These cars were going to the right. It got, you know, between this tank carrier, this flatbed was carrying two tanks, and it got detached from the rest of the train, and that's how these guys were in the first flatbed for the soldiers to be in, and they all, you know, this whole thing pretty much exploded. This car managed to actually they got damaged, but they're not destroyed. As you can see, they're kind of hanging down there. This tank is just hit the ground. They're not, you know, they can be repaired some other time, but so locomotive went that way. The coal car was behind the locomotive, so it kind of flopped on its side. And a lot of, I know I may have used a lot of corpses, but yeah, maybe too many, but I think it fits. It might fit. Let me know how you think about this. Now, when I created this, it helped me kind of create a bit of the rest of the map that I create, or some other placements I've created, help me like this affects the entire map. Like, see, on this road coming up here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I got this guy scouting because, you know, the Green Army, they found out about the train wreck. So I made a guy come out here to scope it out. He radioed in the accident, and now this map's kind of active. So there's a purpose for these. You got guys right here. You got some guys to come in to aid to the train. And over here on this trail, I got another group of army men heading in that direction. Because, you know, I'm trying to make it look like this accident is serious, and the Green Army wants to make sure that they're make sure that the the train and everyone there is okay and secure the location. They feel that it's an attack, obviously, because it's a blown out train tracks. They've blown out a bridge and a lot of casualties. You know, there's quite a bit of casualties, and it's halting the Green Army. So they want to make sure this entire area is secure with personnel. We're talking like there's no escape kind of thing. So since now you've seen this, see, now I can show you the rest of the map, and that's how. And now everywhere over here, like over here, is active. You know what I mean? That's why the tank is right. You know, that's why the tank is right there. That's why they're, and like you see now now it explains why everything is like in defense mode. You know what I mean? They're all high alert. So that helped me kind of create a really good reasoning for these defense positions. And so yeah. So this is not all. I'm going to show you more. As you see on the other side of the tracks, the Greens send another train from the other direction backwards. And this one has a crane at the end, so it can help pick up the wreckage. And obviously, with that, it carried some other personnel. Like I said, Green Army is just well equipped. They got a lot of personnel, and they want to secure this location and make sure that no enemies can have an escape. Obviously, everyone wants to investigate. So let's look down the road here. As you look down the road here, these vehicles are also heading towards the bridge, the accident scene. These guys down here, down the tracks, are from this camp over here. This camp is a heavy infantry camp. So there's 3 barracks, or 4 barracks, with 3 barracks and a officer's tent. As you can see, that it is quite active because there's still vehicles leaving, coming out of the camp. And here's the commander over here, this guy giving orders to you know, we gotta secure that location and make sure nothing is, you know, if you find somebody, we need to capture them and interrogate them, you know. So I got some cool MG nests over here. Got these. Now I got these guys. Now these guys are coming from their camp, going to their defense positions. I got nothing going on. I got nothing going on at that location, but I got a little thing for that too. And more random roaming tank patrol. Now let's head down this road. There's a Jeep. Now, since the accident happened, over here, this is the other side of the airfield, these 3 trucks are actually heading towards this defense position. They're not there yet, of course. I mean, they're almost there, but you know, see, now it feels like everything kind of fits. They're on high alert. You know, something big happened in the map, and they're all ready for something. You know, for anything else to happen. Got more random patrols. So let's head over here. So I got more to show you. Let's head back over here, down this track, because these guys are from that camp over there. And these guys are inspecting. They're inspecting the tracks, making sure that nothing more is tampered with and such. And I see you got guys with backpacks. Pretty cool. The medic is not the engineer, but the guy on the left of the medic is an officer, and he's an engineer. So he's inspecting the tracks. And these guys over here are from the same group, but they're heading towards down the track. They're just securing the track, making sure there's nothing. They're also making sure that there's nothing else wrong with the track, and also making sure nothing comes their way. They're just really ready for anything right now. So if I come over here, where is it? Over here is a really only spot that's really another cool spot that I got to show you. As these, so, pardon me, sorry about that. So these half tracks are also from that infantry camp, and they're going to the bridge. Over here is a farm, a green farm. This is where the greens make their food, and you can almost say plastic too. I don't know, who knows? It's not plastic, but food. Now, as you see in this camp, you see guys that are different from the soldiers. These are actually this is the only spot where there's actually green citizens. They're not citizens, but they're green workers. They're not. They can put on a helmet and grab a rifle, but these guys are especially into working. So I got this kind of camp all worked up. Got guys over here taking it easy. Got this guy chopping wood as he's talking to this guy. I do got soldiers protecting this particular spot. There's guys over here, soldiers that are not wearing their helmets. They're just they're also helping with the workers. This guy's inspecting the plants. We got now, since there's an accident going on, this camp is it's active, so they're ready to do a random patrol in their sector. They got guys in defense positions. Another guy working on wood. I even got guys in these tents or in these huts. These guys are the radio man right there, and they're talking among each other, and the base officer, the man in charge in this establishment, with a radio man and a medic. Pretty cool, huh? Over here, more huts. The guy standing outside. More soldiers guarding this location. I got random, cover placements. Some of these houses, I got people inside them. Like this guy is chilling. He's chilling outside. Got a guy scoping out the window. This soldier's helping this guy doing things. Got more guys in here. These guys are supposed to be loading this up with wood, but there's no. They unload, as I say, they unloaded wood from this wagon. So yeah, this is the only location where there's actually like non-combated green people. So it's pretty neat. It makes it. As I watched other people, like other YouTubers, videos, and they have where they're plastic. The Green Army is pretty much into you know, since the reason why they're so large, because they also control the majority of the Greenland, and they have good locations for making, you know, plants and such. So this could be a really cool idea to have. I'm not entirely done, so I'm gonna show you more. So if we head over here back to the accident, we're gonna show you one more thing, and I'm probably gonna say more than what I what I intended. But anyways, over here we're gonna go back to where the accident is, and look at that. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. I mean, this took me. This is a time when this is when I knew, you know, I finally knew what I was kind of doing. So I'm at the point where I'm actually getting it. You know what I mean? Like I finally understand the buttons, the functionalities of like making things look like they're turned over or tilted like this. So these were a real challenge. It really helped me out by making this map, and I'm going to continue making other maps. Continuing using other maps into my playground, and see whatever. I don't have a plan of how they're gonna end up. I'm more of a let it flow. You know what I mean? It depends on the map. Depends what I want to use. I haven't yet thought about what units haven't thought about what other factions I wanted to use, but we'll see. But here's the other thing I wanted to show you, because remember when I said earlier, who did this, right? And if you look up here, there's a gray guy. Up here is a guy looking over a mountain. Who is this guy? As you see here, oops, sorry. What? Grays? Yes, that's right. The Grays are responsible. Sorry, it's just it. Hold on. Just right. The Grays are responsible for the train wreck. As you see here, there's what, 6 guys? Yeah, 6 soldiers. They're on a specific, you know, important task. Is to disrupt the green lines as much as possible, and cause havoc. And this guy is a lookout, checking out what's going on down there. And he's telling the progress. And this guy is the one that's in charge. Not the radio guy, the guy on the left, the one that's kneeling by these boxes of dynamite. Look at those dynamite. And he's actually sitting on top of a I couldn't find a detonator. I really wanted to get one of those TNT detonators, but I couldn't find it. So I put a box there, and I took this item. If you can see, it looks kind of like a device. See, on top of that box has a see the dynamite on the top of that box. There's another device in front of it. So I'm thinking that is the thing that they use to set off the explosives for the train. Now, the explanation on these rail, the way they're bent. See how bent they are? I mean, of course they look like they've been ripped off. You know what I mean? So what happened is the two bombs. This one over here went off first, and then the one over here went off. So that's how, like, this side is going down first, and they destroyed this one over here because they knew that they were gonna, the Greens were gonna come along and try to get, see, if that train came over, it would have reached to to a safe point. Would be right at where the tower is, so nothing else happens. But with the tracks being bent like that far out, that this train is gonna have a hard time using this crane to pick anything up. But you know, Greet will probably have to fix that. But yeah, so let's go over here because I kind of want to, you know, show you more, you know, or finish up. So as you see here, now with the train wreck, now the kind of creates like a scene or a character or something that's happened really badly on the map. So now everything around here makes sense. You know what I mean? And it kind of went along. When I first made this video, when I first made this map, I really didn't have anything in mind. So when I created a train wreck, it helped me kind of create why the base is so active. It and you know, you got a lot of guys are in the, you know, a lot of guys doing something. Now maybe a video in the future, or when I make another map, maybe in the future if I try to. I'm still learning a lot of the editor, but I think I'm at the stage of, say, I'm a beginner right now, and I think I did pretty good as a beginner. And yeah. So a little more about me, about this, what my intentions are for these maps, is that I'm not really good with storytelling or have these guys go in action, but maybe I'll go into action in a future one. Have enemies, you know, shooting each other and all that, like the other YouTubers got going on. But one thing I was really good at as a child when I was playing Army Men is that I was really into setting up. You know, set up camps, bases, you know, defense positions, roaming patrols. I'm good at static, you know what I mean? Static placements. It's almost, think of like a train, you know, like a train set. This is pretty much my plastic set, you know what I mean? A plastic Army Men set. And since the Army Men are now in a mod of Men of War, it's a dream come true. This is pretty much me playing my Army Men, and the best thing about it is a game. And the other thing about it, several good things about doing this, is the fact that when I'm done, I don't have to put them away. So I thought this was really neat. So I hope you really enjoyed this this video, and let me know how you like it. You know, tell me what you would like to see in the future, because maybe ideas or the next map, and then let me know how you would like it. I mean, give me some ideas of what I could do. You know what I mean? Maybe in the future I'll be able to learn how to get these guys to, like, see how these units are not moving. They just look like they're moving. Maybe in the future I'll have it like an actual train set where they're actually moving instead of just sitting still. But once I figure that out, it'll definitely be implemented in this one and other future maps. Look at that. I love this. Got border patrol, guard posts, crossroad. These guys are guarding the crossroads. Guys that are, you know, doing some talking. Got some defenses, the main base. But who knows? Maybe something like this will, maybe somewhere else will, like, do something else like this. Now, this is really easy to download. If you have Men of War, all you have to do I think you need two. Have Men of War. If you have Men of War Assault Squad 2, the mod is called Army Men. I think once you go into the search, it'll give you. I think there's two different ones, and this is the one I choose that fit the what I like. And I think I forgot which one it was. It was a guy with the bazooka in the front, but it required two other mods to make the mod work. I think Rob Realism mod and some other grass mod, I think it was. But yeah, I really hope you really enjoyed this video and this map. In the future, I will be doing more of these type of maps, and hopefully in other maps I will improve, make them faster, maybe even make as I learn more, and since I know where some things are, things will be a lot faster on map making. So I also want to ask is suggestion, because there's another thing I had in mind, is that see, I have been wanting to show you guys my progress in action. What I mean is, like, instead of showing you a complete map, at the beginning, showing instead of just showing you how I set this up, but maybe I thought about, let me know if you prefer like having my making videos in progress of making a map, so that way you see the start in the start and then till the end. Let me know. I also thought about live streaming some of these. If this is a good idea for you, if this is a good idea, let me know. Oh well, I mean, we'll see. I might just do it anyways. But anyways, thank you for watching. And I think this is I don't know how long this video is, but if you made it this far, thank you. And hope to see you in the next video. And thank you once again. And have yourself a good day.